Tony Topics. Welcome to Tony's Topics. My name's Tony, and here's what I want to talk about today: the Los Angeles Clippers. So I'm at a restaurant over the weekend, right? And so I'm watching the game, the Clippers versus the Portland Trail Blazers. Now, the Clippers pulled this game out by the skin of their teeth. And it shouldn't have been that way. Make no doubt, the Portland Trail Blazers, I think, have some of the greatest potential in the league. Like, I'm in this little draft thing or whatever, and they were actually one of my top 3 teams. I had to pick the Portland Trail Blazers. Not I had to pick the Portland Trail Blazers. I think they're an excellent team. But they're 1 star shy of ripping people's souls out. Okay? I mean, honestly, LaMarcus Aldridge is a monster. Damian Lillard is ice cold thick, but they still are missing that third, proverbial star that they can say, hey, this guy can get us over 20 points a night guaranteed. Wesley Matthews is an excellent shooting guard, and, Anderson Vareo, and honestly, I don't even want to get into them. I'll save that for another episode. The bottom line is this: the Los Angeles Clippers shouldn't have had such a hard time going against them. What's up, Doc? Okay, so let's get down to it. What's the problem with the Clippers? Let's start from the top to the bottom. Okay, number 1, we start off with the floored leadership. I mean, everything's coming back to the coach. Oh, trust, Doc, I'm going in on you with this. But let's start from the top. You got Chris Paul, an excellent captain of a team, a true point guard. Chris Paul isn't one of these point guards that says, hey, I'm a point guard, but I'm going to get 24 points and 3 assists. No. That's not a point guard, okay? 24 points, 5, that's not a point guard. All you Kyrie Irving, Derrick Rose, Russell Westbrook, usually, okay? I mean, the only reason why Russell Westbrook will come away with 10 assists a game is because he is passing the ball to Durant, all right? I mean, if I play pro ball and pass the ball to Durant, I get 10 assists per night. Seriously, got the ball, give it to Durant. Oops, there goes an assist, all right, because that's Durant. Okay, it's Kevin Durant. But anyway, I digress. Let's get back into it. So you have a real point guard. I mean, honestly, Chris Paul, broken. I remember that people still talk about how broken the trade was that got Chris Paul to the Clippers, and it was indeed broken. I mean, number 1, you've got a guy who at any time he wants to can score over 20 points. Lovely, but yet he is a true point guard and a captain of his team and is willing to make the right play, the correct pass to the guy who has the best chance of scoring. Lovely, which is why he is last year's assist champion. What did he average, 10.7 assists per game? A monster. The dude averages 11 assists per game. Okay, and now I know what you're saying. You're like, yeah, but he's got Blake Griffin. Yes, he does have Blake Griffin, and Blake Griffin is an excellent scorer. But he does have great scoring options. I'm not going to even lie, but make no doubt, Chris Paul could get 23 points. Chris Paul could get 30 points by himself if he felt like it. But a lot of times, Chris Paul will have these basketball games where he'll get 12 points and 10 assists. He's not selfish. He is a true point guard. I mean, if I compare basketball to football, the point guard is like the quarterback. Most of the time in football, the quarterback is not scoring the touchdowns. Okay? He's giving the ball to the guy who's going to score the touchdowns. That's what a point guard does. All right? A lot of times he's not scoring the points. He's getting the ball to the guy who is going to score the points. Now, he needs to be able to score the points just in case nobody's open. Just like in football. That's why I love Russell Wilson. If nothing else is open, Wilson's going to get a first down, baby. You can't touch him. He's slick. So anyway. So I come back. Okay, you've got Chris Paul. Magnificent. Did I forget to mention he's also the steal champion from last year? He was averaging 3 steals per game. And did you see that matchup? They could have beat OKC. For a minute there, Doc figured it out. No, he didn't figure it out. He stumbled upon it. Chris Paul, in their 6th game or whatever against OKC, has had to guard Kevin Durant. And all of a sudden, Kevin Durant couldn't score. Why? Because Chris Paul is the steal champion. All right? Whoever is holding the ball in front of Chris Paul, there is a very good chance that it is getting deflected or taken from you. Because that's what Chris Paul does. Now, if Chris Paul would have stayed on Durant, I'm willing to bet that possibly the Clippers could have pulled it out. You're like, no, they couldn't. It's Durant. Nah, there's one problem. If Durant has to dribble the ball, he has to dribble the ball. That means the ball has to go from his hand to the ground, and 6'3" Chris Paul is going to be intercepting that mug. Okay? But anyway, man, oh my gosh. Let's move on. There's just so much to talk about when it comes to the Clippers and why they're not better than what they are. Okay, Doc? So, issue 2. The Clippers, okay, so number 1, Chris Paul is absolutely broken. Let's put him over here. Next up, the next highest scoring, or the number 1 highest scoring player on the team, Blake Griffin. I'm not ready for Blake Griffin. Let's just come back to him in a minute. We'll put him over here for right now. Let's just get into Jamal Crawford. Jamal Crawford is a freak of nature. The guy has the ability to average 20 points a game in 24 minutes. All he needs is 24 minutes. Now, sometimes the coaches play him longer than 24 minutes, but he still only comes out with 20 points. So there's really no point in that. You play Jamal Crawford for 24 minutes, let him have his fun and do his thing and control the ball, and he's going to bring you 24 points. The end. Or 20 points, rather, I should say. You know, he's a freak like that. He needs 2 quarters, and he will bring you 20 points like that. You know, so, I mean, that guy is amazing, okay? Because most players to get 20 points need 36 minutes. He only needs 24 minutes. Some guys need more than 36 minutes, and that's starting to get, you know. But anyway, and it's just the perfect compliment with J.J. Redick, really. I mean, seriously, Chris Paul, Jamal Crawford, and J.J. Redick really should be in a 3-man rotation, because anybody who's watched Jamal Crawford play knows Jamal Crawford likes to handle the ball, he likes to dribble the ball. I'm not going to say he likes to assist a lot, but as far as ball handling, Jamal Crawford handles the ball just fine. You know, and even if they don't, they got, you know, a backup point guard. Who they got? Jordan Farmer or something like that. So whatever. All I'm saying is J.J. Redick is an excellent player too. You know, he's good for 16 points a night, sometimes more. So, you know, I could easily see them being put into a 3-way rotation. Okay? With, you know, because again, I mean, Chris Paul's definitely getting 36 minutes. And, you know, you can give J.J. Redick 36 minutes, so just let the other, you know, 2 quarters or whatever in the rotations be taken up by Jamal Crawford. Work it out, you know what I mean? I mean, you know, when Chris Paul's in, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's simple, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, okay, I guess let's get into Blake Griffin. Light-skinned LeBron James. The end. Stop calling this man a power forward. Yeah, I know he's 6'10", but it doesn't matter that he's 6'10", because that's not the way he plays. I was looking at that weekend matchup. You actually had Blake Griffin trying to guard LaMarcus Aldridge? I mean, if you didn't notice, and you did figure it out, Doc, you figured it out before the game was over. LaMarcus Aldridge is a monster. He is a beast, a freak of nature. I know he's a power forward, but he's a 6'11", 265 wide as a door power forward, all muscle. Okay? The Blake Griffin looked really small compared to him. He really did. Alright? I mean, seriously, man. And that's the real problem with playing Blake Griffin at power forward. Every position in basketball has a natural thing that it does, okay? The point guard's job is to assist the ball, to pass it to the best open option, and if there is no better open option, to take it up themselves, or to draw in the defense so that they can make an open option occur. The shooting guard is supposed to stay open so that he can shoot the ball and attack from the backcourt. You know, it's like somebody shooting long-range missiles or bullets. That's what the shooting guard does. The small forward has the option. He can either shoot that long-range missile or he can go in for the attack, just like a running back in football. That's what a small forward's for. Now, your power forward and your center, really a power forward is just a center that's faster so that you don't have to wait for big 7'2" to get to the other side of the court running back and forth. That's why a power forward really got made. 2, a power forward is supposed to be good enough to be able to come away from the basket and not just have to dunk. Okay? I mean, there's rarely anybody in the league. I mean, the days of Shaq are over when a dude was just so strong that even if you tried to foul him, his dunk was still going to go through. Okay? By and large, nowadays, power forwards are coming away from the basket. Even LaMarcus Aldridge is coming away from the basket. Kevin loves shooting threes, okay? I mean, so